lot of the big names. Up in New York City, I spent like a week there
Juilliard
auditioning. I did audition for Juilliard.
Okay. Graduate or just undergrad?
The Graduate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, you auditioned straight up.
I did. I went in there
Let's
with
talk
like,
about it, son.
Okay,
This is gonna be a long ass podcast. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
Go ahead.
fine. So I went in there with maybe like 200 other people.
Okay. Now you get there. Do they fly you out there? Or you got to pay your way there.
I went out there with my parents, right?
Okay.
So we flew ourselves out there, and we're doing auditions.
Where did you
like
stay?
A bunch of different places. We stayed. I don't
Like a
remember.
hotel?
It was a hotel. I think it was like a home suites or whatever it was.
Okay.
It's close to 42nd Street, which was cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so we go to Juilliard. I'm there with like 200 other people. Everyone's like super duper excited and nervous.
I'm gonna pause you one more time.
Yeah, sure.
What did you? Okay. Juilliard, do they require you to be proficient at acting, singing, dancing, or is it 2 of the 3, or?
No, they kind of want you to at least have basic experience in all 3, right?
Okay. You can dance?
I can move. That is the official term for somebody who can move to the rhythm, but it doesn't look super duper great. I'm in the background with the other movers, right?
Did you? Okay, so you had to prepare monologues for this?
I did. I prepared a monologue and a song. Actually, I had multiple choices, right?
So the monologue, was it one contemporary, one classic, or was it multiple?
Yeah, I had a contemporary and a classic, and that's usually what people go with, but pretty much you just want like 2 contrasting pieces to show your
range.
capabilities, your range, exactly. And modern and classic is a good way generally to do that. You also want to go with dramatic and comedic, and so my modern was comedic and my more classic was more dramatic. I think the ones I used the most were John Proctor's monologue from the end of The Crucible, and then a cut of Charlie Brown's monologue from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Do you ever think about, when you're choosing your monologues to do you ever think about the one that you choose being overdone? Does that stray you from choosing one from like a known?
Yeah, no, I do consider that. Especially things that like I've overdone myself, right? Mm-hmm. My wife has forbidden me from ever using the Charlie Brown monologue again because I've used it so many times. You don't want things to get stale, you know. You don't want to get complacent with where you're at when it comes to like how you're performing, because then you're just repeating things. You're just reciting it, and you're not living it.
The feeling's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So for the song, do you have to choose like a musical style, or can you choose any song across the board?
I don't think they weren't really specific. When it comes to musicals and like auditioning with a song, what you want is something that will show you off, right? It'll show your musical range, and it'll also give you an opportunity to act, right? Like, because you're not just singing to sound good, you're performing as a character who is singing. And so my song was for the Juilliard audition. My song was Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane from Chicago, which I love that part. I actually had to play that part in a community theater show, which is a lot of fun.
I see.
And so I did that song.
All right, go back to your auditioning at Juilliard.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things I want to say about Juilliard, drastically different from like most of the other places I auditioned for. I went to NYU like the previous day. I had auditioned for them, and it was very much what you would expect, right? Everyone's sitting quietly in a waiting room, and there's a person with a clipboard being like, next, All right. Yeah.
Order number 5.
And so, yeah, you're just sitting there, and like you go into this room, and you do your bit, and then they'll just be like, "Thank you for coming in. Goodbye."
Yep.
It is very cold, right?
Yeah.
Very professional, but cold. Juilliard, it's like the complete opposite. The director of the program and like a lot of the program heads came out to this big room where we're all sitting to greet us personally, as opposed to like what everyone else does. You know, they came out. They're like, "We're so excited to have you here. We want you all to have fun. We want you to relax, be yourselves. We want to see your best from you, and to help you with that, we're going to lead you in some warm-ups." And then they led the whole group. They were all 200 people in a group warm-up, and yeah, it was like, "Oh my God, this feels great. This is." I'm not nervous anymore, right? And so I went into the audition, and I did my beat, my piece, right? And after I finished, right, the one of the program heads was like, "All right, that was good. I noticed you were kind of like standing in the same spot as you were doing your monologues and your song, but I felt that you wanted to move." Right?
Okay.
And I can, when I'm nervous, I do that like side swing thing, right? That people do. So he's probably reading that. And so he's like, "I want you to sing Mr. Cellophane, not like you're singing out to an audience in front of you. I want you to sing out to the whole room, right? Make yourself seen, right?
Okay.
So you're Mr. Cellophane. You don't want to be invisible anymore. You want to be heard." And I did it. I was like running around in circles singing.
You went all
to the
out.
whole room. Yeah, I did. I
Okay.
did.
Yeah,
It was super fun, and I kind of got lost in it to the point where I was not using good breath control for my singing voice, and I got a little flat, and my voice broke in front of these like people that I admire, in front of the Juilliard professors. I was like, "Ah!" And after I finished, I was so mortified. I was like, "Oh my God,
That's hilarious.
Your voice cracked in front of these people."
Sounded like Chris up here.
Yeah.
Son. Okay.
But the thing was, after I finished, the guy was like, "No, that was good.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about like the final product. We're just playing around now, right?" And it's like, and I saw that you were living in it. It doesn't matter that your voice cracked at all. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
These people are awesome." And of course, I didn't get in.
Okay. Do they have stages of auditions? Do they have first round?
They do. There's callbacks, right? And out of those 200 people, 200 plus people, 6 people got called back.
Shit.
Yeah, and then they had another round of 200 people the next day, right? And they only accept 3 or 4.
Yeah, it really is like that. There ought to be like 10 or 12 or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
My cohort, including myself, was comprised of 8 people.